Hello and welcome to the Best Movie Ever Made, an experimental movie podcast designed with one thing in mind, to find the best movie ever made. I'm your host, Chris Ackman. I'm joined by my co-host and fellow mad scientist, Rob Gucci and Bob Hassick. Hey guys, how are you and why are we doing this?
We are doing this so we could talk about the one movie that Seth Rogen's in that's not nauseatingly fucking stupid.
Come on.
Nah, he's okay. I like This Is the End, but after a
Yeah,
while,
same.
like, can you just fuck off already with like the Stone Slacker, you know? But this one was good. I liked it a lot. Bob?
Yeah, we like hated The Room, and if I remember correctly, it won the season for worst movie, right?
Yes, it did.
Right. So we kind of decided it seemed fitting to do Disaster Artist. I mean, maybe this episode won't be as funny because we already did The Room, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I think there's enough comedy gold left over that we haven't mined yet.
Oh, speaking of which, give me one. I forgot one thing on the soundboard. I just got to get in here before we get rolling.
I have a feeling I know what that is.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
I
know
think we
exactly
all-
what
we all
it
do.
is. Let's see, The Room, and it's a little clip called "Bitch." Okay,
That's
You can
definitely
come out
gonna-
now, Johnny. She's gone.
all right, we're good. I got it. I'll play it. This is a team.
Nice. For now, why don't we head over to YouTube?
Sure, you got it. Okay, here we go. YouTube comments for Disaster Artist. I took this from like a best of clip.
Sure.
Regardless of, that's already off to a bad start. Regardless if it's the Disaster Artist or The Room, the dress humping is always hilarious. Next comment: acting in a scene with a guy who's playing you has got to be a really surreal experience. Next comment: you know, Tommy was actually pretty dang good in that cameo. LOL. Next comment: I was Home Alone too, except not movie in real life. Reading the book, I want to know what the fuck Franco even got from the story, and why did the movie rickroll me?
Damn.
So we got.
That took a catch-all right out of my mouth.
Oh damn! Whoops! Bingo.
Bingo card. Yeah, I don't remember. This is ridiculous. I shouldn't even admit to this, but I don't remember when Tommy even does a cameo. When does he come in?
Post credits.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yes, I saw that. Not in the
At least
actual.
that's the only part I saw.
I didn't see him in the actual film.
Okay, well that makes me feel better. Why don't we throw it to test number 1, the best of its kind?
Test number 1. The best of its kind.
I hadn't gotten fancy with the bumpers yet, so this is all just GarageBand loops.
Oh, that's fine.
Which it still is. I just figured out a way to edit in like movie clips, so it sounds a lot better now. Beautiful Boy with Steve Carell and Timothée Chalamet. 68.
Okay.
Haven't seen it. I don't know. The rest makes sense though. Borat with Sacha Baron Cohen, a 90.
Oh wow.
Fair.
That's a strong one, and I'm sure I've professed my love for that movie on this podcast before. But if not, it's really funny.
Yeah.
The Room with Tommy Wiseau. Wiseau. Whiz bang. A 26. Forgetting Sarah Marshall with Jason Segel and Mila Kunis. If you haven't seen that, you could, I guess, call it like a Seth Rogen production, but I think it's really awesome. 83%.
Yeah.
And The Hangover with Galifianakis and Bradley Cooper, a 79 there. Another good movie. That one might be slightly overrated in America's estimation. You know, everybody thinks that it's like the best movie ever made, and it's really good, but it's not like my favorite.
I think
so 79 there.
Screw the pooch by doing like the threequel treatment. It could have just been a good standalone.
Yes, I think that definitely does damper the thought on the first one, the second and third being so bad. The Disaster Artist, though, well, average of 69.2. What do you guys think the Disaster Artist, directed by James Franco, was able to amount to on Rotten Tomatoes?
I think we know the score on this because we were debating it as a good movie.
Oh, see, I didn't pay attention. I'm gonna guess 80.
I'm gonna just take a stab in the dark and say 92%.
It was at 91%.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I misremembered that. I misinterpreted the rules.
Well, thank God for The Room again, because it brought down the average so that the Disaster Artist can enjoy a plus 21.8% and best of its kind. See, we told you it's good. Now it's proven. Podcast over.
Yep.
Just kidding. Test number 2. Ain't that a pitch?
Test number 2. Ain't that a pitch?
I feel like it's been a minute since I went first, so I'll just go ahead on that.
Okay. Well, just so you know, I was going to volunteer too.
Yeah, okay. Oh, sick. There once was a James Franco and Seth Rogen collaboration that wasn't just about weed and masturbation. We learned how movies are made and how the crew from The Room got paid. This particularly good movie was worth all of our patience.
Wow. Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, Bob, you went first last week, so I'll go first second this time, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Franco placed Tommy the big silver screener. To do so, he had to get darker and leaner. He nailed the accent and motions, but I get the notion he really just wanted to show us his wiener.
Right. I like it.
All right. This one has to be done in a Tommy voice, which I'm not very good at, so I'm going to give it a shot. I once was a man. My name is Tommy. I want to be like James Dean in movie. Everybody betray me. Everybody laugh at me. Don't talk to Robot Crab. He's shy.
I'm gonna go Bob.
That wasn't
4.5.
bad,
Just
yeah.
because the robot crab. Wiener
Yeah, I'll
was
go
good
4.5,
choice, but
Bob.
robot crab. That was a deeper cup. So.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I can accept the loss this week due to the fact that Bob went out there and did the fucking accent. So good for you, Bob. Problem is that you get the 4.5 star, but we're not comparing it, so it's as if you never won anyway.
Yeah, so it's like he won, but it's not canon. So
Test number 3. What works well?
Test number 3. What works well?
Didn't want to be on screen blowing my nose, especially because I can't actually blow, so I have to just like kind of pad the liquid away, which is unpleasant to look at. I'm gonna make an admission here. I forgot to do the alliteration thing that I normally do until halfway through.
that's fine.
Oh, cool.
So I'm just gonna read you what I wrote. Yeah, again, it's not canon. This is a bonus episode. Number 1, you can see why Greg would be interested in Tommy because he's eccentric and is so far through like a third of the movie a sympathetic character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Agreed.
Number 2, at points in the movie, you feel so bad for Tommy, like bad. It's kind of piggybacking on the first, but it's. I thought his character arc in the movie was really interesting.
Yeah. No, that's true
At times
because
go ahead, Rob.
like the way they frame the story is like the betrayal arc in The Room was based on him feeling slighted by his friend who like he basically let live rent free with him for a year.
That is what it felt like, yeah.
Yeah, it did.
I think that's what they were going for. Which, I'm just going to ask a question now because I didn't put it in the catch-all. Did it seem at all like Tommy was interested in Greg to you? Is that like, kind of the framing?
Like sexually?
No.
I don't think so.
Because I want to go as far as to say that Liz is kind of the Greg character.
Yeah. The way I saw it is because I grew up with like first generation immigrants like living next door to me. And if very broken English, feel like an outsider, the second like you are nice, you're their best friend. And And it's like it's one of those culture clash things where it's like, no, it's like I like you a lot too, but like I actually have to do something else that doesn't involve like hanging out with
Right.
you guys. And they take it very personally. This is my experience because like, they don't really have anybody else to relate
Yeah, I
to.
can think of somebody in my life that's similar, like Eastern European second generation,
Yeah.
that had some difficulties with
That's just because
attachment.
I experienced that growing up. I felt that was more like, it's like, oh, we're best buds. We do everything together. And
Hmm.
he's like, I'm moving out with my girlfriend, and he's like, oh, I'm all
Yeah, yeah.
alone.
Okay, so yeah, maybe I misread the romance angle that is very
It's a
subtly
bromance
hinted
though.
at. Yeah,
Yeah.
romance angle. Number 3, the absolute cringe of the movie is the type of material that does well now. I think the TikTok
Yeah.
generation is a cringe loving. I mean, cringe is now a whole subset on Reddit and
Yeah.
every social media gathering. So I
Mhm.
think that this movie, if came out this year, would do even better.
Yeah.
So I think that
I think
aged
so
well.
too.
And here's the point where I realized the folly of my ways. So number 4, Foreigners Football Fascination. I thought was great because Tommy Wiseau or whatever really was fascinated with football,
Yeah.
though he had never thrown one. I think. And they highlight that, and it explains why he put it into the movie so much. I think he thought Americans thought football was the end all be all,
Yeah,
like
people
the way that most of the
idolize
rest of the world
people
think
do
about
idolize
soccer.
the states when they're not from here. They really do. Like the Japanese,
Yeah.
especially. There's just a fascination with American culture, and they'll do whatever they can to grasp it.
Well, that's probably our number one export, right? Culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Bombs.
Oh yeah, that too.
Drone bombs and
Yeah.
shit like that. Wow, that took a dark turn. Number
What's that
5.
movie called? My big fat Syrian drone bombed wedding. What was it called?
Jesus Christ.
What
Number
about
5. First-hand account allows for accuracy. And I mean that they wrote in the post credits that most of this was based on the book that Greg wrote, The Making of the Room, or whatever it's called. Bob, you might know more accurately what the book was called. I don't remember.
It was called The Disaster Artist.
Oh, it was. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
they just took the okay. Well, that makes sense to me then, because I was wondering why the movie was called that.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of get it, but number 6, the supremely painful premiere of the picture ages well. I don't think it will ever not be extremely painful to watch.
Yeah.
No, but I love when the female lead was like, "Is it still going?"
Yeah.
Are you guys Metalocalypse fans? I think I've talked about the virtues of that show, but you may not have seen it.
I do think that Death Clock is
Yeah.
a legitimately good band.
They are. So they had a one episode where they were signed on to do like a big movie, and the status of the band in the world of the show, they're like one of the top 5 highest ranking economic commodities in the entire world. Like,
Oh wow.
mass suicides occur when they delay an album release, and it becomes like a pandemic style catastrophe they have to deal with. So they make a movie called Blood Ocean, and they had the same thing where it's just like the singer's just sitting there in a paddle boat going like, I wonder how much blood is in this blood ocean. How many milliliters of it? And he's just like rambling, and they're just like sinking in their chair, just like wishing they were dead while they're trying to watch it. And then Murder Face is just like, I know who you are. It's just so fucking. I strongly recommend Blood Ocean.
Okay, yeah,
My roundabout way of saying that.
definitely check that one out.
We'll watch.
Would too. My head chef, I mentioned him sometimes. Taylor is a Metalocalypse fan, at least a Death Clock guy.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch the Tommy Wiseau direct. Like that part in the movie where we're finally coming to where Tommy is going to be the director of the movie.
Yeah.
I was so hyped. I had so much anticipation, and rarely in movies do I feel like just skip to that part. You know, I wanted it so bad, and I thought that that must age well as well. Anything else you guys want to mention before we throw it to the best dialogue? We'll get into some clips from the movie.
No,
I like
nothing that's
Seth
not-
Rogen playing it straight.
Yeah, I like
Yes,
that too.
I agree.
He did a really good job, and I wish he did more of that, which he might.
I mean, generally speaking, they say this all the time about comedies. If you play a comedy straight, it's much funnier.
No, I agree with that. It tends to be
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, if you're not trying to be goofy and trying to be funny, if a good script will work well, much better.
Yeah.
Well, he actually is going to be featured in our next test. Seth Rogen is with a line of dialogue from the movie. Let's take it away. Test number 4, the best dialogue.
Test number 4, the best dialogue.
All right, cool. Number 5. Gilmore Girls.
Oh, I don't have time for this. I'm very busy right now. I have to change really quickly and go.
Okay, is everything all right?
Yeah, everything great on my end. You heard of Konstantin Stanislavski?
Of course, yeah, he's like the greatest acting teacher of all time.
Yeah, and now he taught me acting teacher. He's seen something special in me, you know, maybe, you know, I become big star. So I have first class this evening.
Well, pretty sure Stanislavski's dead.
No, he's not dead. I just speak to him for your information. What, you think I speak to ghosts?
No.
No.
Maybe ghosts real, but I can't talk to him.
Hey, no,
okay?
Tommy, we're
I'm
happy
sorry.
for you. That's exciting.
Okay, I'll let you know how it is, babyface. Maybe you can join me someday.
Maybe I will.
I'm so sorry.
Are you calling a baby
Bring
face?
girlfriend over, watching the Gilmore Girls. Whatever.
I knew Franco had acting chops because he's definitely, he's definitely brought the goods in previous films.
Yeah,
This is next level. Like, he got every single mannerism. Like,
he really did like
chef's kiss.
the Tommy laugh.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he fucking nails it. Like right from the beginning, I'm like, this movie will be made or broken by how well Franco can do this.
Yeah.
So the first time he shows up as Tommy, which I think is in the like auditorium where acting class is taking place, yeah.
Yeah.
And he comes like waltzing down, and immediately you can see like his posture is Tommy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god, this is great already. And then he starts talking. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is great. All right, number
4 yard.
Home Alone.
I get that. With me, everything changed with Home Alone.
Ah, you're home alone long time?
The movie Home
Oh, it's a
Alone.
movie.
Yeah. With Macaulay Culkin.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, that movie it spoke to me. It changed my life, and ever since then, I get
it. You want to be star?
Yeah, I just wanted to be in the movies.
You're not great. You and me, we are the same.
But yeah, how's that?
We both have this dream.
Yeah, I guess we do.
And for information, I was home alone too. Except not movie, in real life.
Oh man. Good stuff.
The laugh is just so
It
awesome.
is. It's
Oh
perfect.
man, not movie in real life. It's so good. It made me wonder. I also did not write this down in the catch-all, so I won't ruin myself. But if Tommy really ever does laugh, because I feel like that's such a prepared laugh that I'm not sure I've ever actually heard him laugh.
Yeah, it's kind of like models that practice smiling in front of the mirror for their shoots.
Yeah,
And it's like, and then they use that smile in real life. You're like, you're not. There's nothing behind that smile. It's the same thing with Tommy's laugh. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. It's just, like, and where he throws it in at like inappropriate places as well.
Yeah.
It's like it just goes to show that he's not actually laughing.
Yeah.
Number 3. Weird.
Holy shit! Is this for us?
Yeah, that's for us. Driver, slow down.
Did you get a fucking spotlight?
Yeah, this real Hollywood premiere, Greg.
Raphael, Sandy, Julia, everyone's
driver, go, keep going.
Wait, Tommy, what?
Go, keep going.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tommy Wiseau.
That was fucking weird.
Yep.
At this point, it would be fucking weird if he didn't do something that was fucking weird.
Tommy, what the fuck are we doing?
Wow, we gotta build anticipation. There are not enough people. Greg, we are stars of the movie. We can't be first one there.
You're right. There are
not enough people yet. Just trust me.
He's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they are the stars of the film. They should be the last ones to show up. But I told you Seth Rogen was going to pop up. The part, the gold, obviously, there was when he's like, "It's Tommy. It'd be fucking weird if he didn't do anything fucking weird at this point."
Yeah.
Which is true, and that's I think at this point in the movie they want you to feel like he's kind of endearing because of how different his brain is and how like odd he is, and his behavior is just so unpredictable that it's kind of endearing. I'm not sure that that's how it really felt in real life. It was probably more like, I can't believe how ridiculous this guy is. Why can't he make anything easy, even the premiere?
I think it's one of those things where if you were on the set, it was a traumatic experience, but you look at it with rose-colored glasses from the past just because of the legacy that came from that, I guess I would call trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, didn't one of the actresses say, like, even before it was released and looked that upon, like, any day on a movie set's better than any day not on a movie set?
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lady after she passed out, right, is asked by Greg, I think it is, you know, why she bothers to drive like however many miles she does, and you know, spend so much of her day when she's retired and married and has kids and stuff, and that's her response, which is beautiful.
Yeah,
just shoved right into the middle of this comedy.
Mm-hmm.
This next one was almost number one because I found it so entertaining. And I hope that it really was said in real life, because this is a mockumentary, but I hope this part here was documentary. Let's go to number... Clamps.
I don't know. My agents are saying it's like kind of slow season or whatever, but...
No, there's never a slow season. It's always shit working. Do you, like, call your agents every day?
Yeah, I mean...
Where you start? Fire that fucking spooky friend of yours, that fucking vampire-looking motherfucker. Is like, who is he?
He's just, I don't know, he's a friend. He's my
Because
roommate.
he's fucking, you can't go anywhere with that dude. Hollywood's pussy dries up when you walk in with this dude. They just fucking clamp shut like a fucking, Hollywood puts on a fucking chastity belt.
Oh, man.
Which I hope Greg actually wrote that in the book. I hope that wasn't just, it sounds like Seth Rogen to me.
Yeah.
It really does.
It does.
But I mean, it's added in for pure comedy. I thought that was one of the best parts of the movie. But it's not as good as what was, I think, number one on The Room. We're going to reenact it here. Well, at least James Franco is going to do it for us. In number
one, Daddy.
Drum roll.
You know what? Fuck it.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Okay, can I at least take a photo for continuity?
Continuity in your forehead.
Don't take it personally. This is crazy.
Actually, we need like 5 more minutes for lighting.
No, I'm ready now. Let's go, Sandy. Come
All right,
on.
let's roll. Set. Yeah, we're rolling. Ready.
Camera has speed.
And action.
What line? What line?
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Okay.
Action.
What is line?
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
just listening to Seth Rogen, the script advisor or whatever his job is, having to read the line of dialogue is fucking beautiful. Twice. Eventually, I wish I could have clipped the whole 5 minutes, but James Franco comes out and he delivers the line as it's written directly to the camera. And Seth Rogen's character is so pissed off because he's looked right into the camera, so they do it again, and then they have Greg run over with a water bottle, and it becomes the beautiful scene that you see in the actual The Room movie, where he throws the water bottle down and he's pissed about being accused of domestic violence, and then sees his friend on the roof and says, "Oh, hi, Mark."
The best part of that entire scene, like you said, it was too long to clip the whole thing, is when he's like lying and literally everybody on the production lot's like, "I didn't hit her."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Everyone but him knows it word for word. But I started where I did because I love that Tommy said there was continuity in her forehead. All right. So Rob, your ad read, please.
Okay, so like we said last week, we hit our 100th episode. We've had 100 sponsors, some recurring, so maybe like mid 90s on the sponsors.
Yeah, well,
so our producers asked us just to pay respect to all of our previous sponsors, but it's 100. So what over the next few episodes, I will be shouting out all of our sponsors from the past, and hopefully that will get some of them to come back and maybe sell some of their new wares on our show. So
love it.
Without further ado, today's episode of The Worst Movie Ever Made is brought to you by Uncle Murky's Dirt Farm Adventure Zone, Super Squirters, Who Ate the Last Fucking Pop-Tart, Stacy, Allspice brand cold pressed soap, the Your Dad is a Mailman podcast, Sausage Sally's Sauna and Brunch, Nelson Mandela's Escape Room and Funhouse, Freezer Weezers, The Bomb Filter, Weed and Booze, Trolli Bright Crawlers, Kerbango, FAKEUMS, the plant-based steak, Annoying Tiny House Blog, Wind, the podcast, KoRnHub, Cool Rider Cigarettes, Hotdogs at 3 a.m., Piracy, General Admiral Sergeant Kernels, Mayonnaise and Scabs, Just Enough Butt Crack Jeans, Rob's Property Management, that guy who's always at Guitar Center playing the opening Like the Sweet Child of Mine literally every single time you pop in there to buy strings, and Santa Blob's Sparkling Nog. Fuck, I messed up the last one. That's sparkling mineral-infused eggnog that you have.
Oh, yeah. That's right. God, I hope they come back for the holidays.
Yeah. So thank you guys. Without the show, without your your ad spots, the show wouldn't be possible. It keeps the lights on.
It does.
And we'll be doing some more shout outs over the next few episodes for all the sponsors we've had in the past.
That was
what a roundup. Thank you so much, Rob.
Oh, you got it.
Okay, Bob, now it's your turn with test number 5, the best production.
Test number 5, the best production.
Oh yeah, Chris is gonna like this one.
Ooh.
It was over 90% true.
Wow, I do love that.
Now, that conversation with the guy about clammed up, whatever.
Yeah,
that I couldn't find that anywhere in my research as anything more than just added humor.
I bet you.
But it doesn't say it didn't really happen. The only thing that the movie missed, and I think this is because they didn't have the budget that Tommy Wiseau had, is the cast and crew turnover was way higher than what the movie showed.
Yeah.
Like the script supervisor, director, producer, actor, actress, crew, they all were fired and rehired and fired and hired like so many times.
Like 4 times.
Yeah.
They skipped that in the whole movie.
That makes sense just for a continuity standpoint, though, because that'd be really boring to see it happen 4 times. So that's
it'd be hard to get attached to anyone, you know?
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree with that.
Yeah, I like the way they did it. It was smart.
Now, Bob, I have a question for you. You said it's 90% true. Are you saying 90% true to the source material or real life? Because Tommy Wiseau said that Disaster Artist is only 40% true. So is it 90% true of that 40%, or is it 90% true outright?
No, outright. It
okay.
Like all that stuff. Like basically, no one refuted any of that information. Tommy Wiseau is the only person that's like the secretive one. Like he didn't want anyone to know about his background, his history. I'm from New Orleans, that whole shit.
Yeah.
So
I would.
I don't think he's the one who's should be trusted on what's real and not real.
That's true. That's a very, very good point, Bob.
That is a really good point. Speaking of Tommy and his chops, why don't we throw to test number 6, the best acting?
Test number 6. The best acting.
I'm so sorry. Here, I'm blowing my nose again.
You got some boogies?
I do.
Boogie action, yeah, nice.
It made me wonder because my 2-year-old doesn't really see kids all that often. You know, like my 4-year-old, soon to be 5-year-old, goes to school, and I understand when he comes home sick. But it's weird when the 2-year-old is the source of the sickness in the house because, like, where did he get it? Maybe. Maybe my 5-year-old was asymptomatic and carried it or something. Or maybe it was that little piece of chicken nugget that I forgot was in his crib or something,
I have a working theory for that. It's
not that there's chicken nuggets in his crib. I take that back. But you know what I'm saying.
There's a working theory for that. There's a very mild strain of whatever bacteria is in the house that the little one's susceptible to, and then he takes it in, he gets sick, he incubates it, makes it stronger, then passes it on to you.
Makes sense to me, man. That makes a lot of sense.
I'm no doctor, but I think that's why. Because my youngest also gets me sick, and he doesn't interact with other babies aside from his sister, who's not in school yet. So
yeah, I think there's a lot of fact to that. I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. We haven't hit fact or no fact yet, but that sounds factual to me.
So your son's basically a super bug, is what I'm saying.
Yes, he is. You don't know how accurate that statement is. All right. Let's do number 1. Worth it.
My agent won't return my calls, and all I hear is no all day, every day. It's fucking hard, man.
Nobody liked me, Greg. Nobody give me a chance. My whole life.
But hey, we can't give up, right?
Maybe not worth it, Greg.
No, hey, Tommy, look at me. Look at me. When they told James Dean he wasn't good enough, did he listen to him?
No.
No, fuck that. All right, he kept fighting. He showed them all, and that's what we're gonna do. Remember? All right, we said we were gonna push each other. Never give up on our dreams, right? Come on.
It does sound like a conversation between an American young man who found a Polish New Orleans transplant actor who's moving to LA who is crying and not brothers. It sounds like an actual conversation. And when James Franco is on the verge of crying as Tommy, you should be laughing, because even if I saw something horrible happen to Tommy and I saw him crying as a result, I would probably actually laugh, because Tommy is such a ridiculous human. But James Franco somehow was able to make me feel bad for Tommy Wiseau when he was just about crying, telling us, the audience, about his horrible life experience so far.
Yeah.
That's good acting.
He really makes him sympathetic, and I'm not sure if that is how it's supposed to be, but Franco, I'm thinking of Spring Breakers, where he's running around with cornrows and a golden grill. Ever seen that movie?
No.
Movie? Oh,
no, I haven't seen it.
I want to.
It's fucking terrible. It can make it onto the slate for the bad movie. It's like an exploitation film, but instead of they're exploiting white trash in Florida, basically, is how I would describe it.
Have you ever seen Floribama Shore?
No, Chris, I have not ever seen Floribama Shore.
Rob,
it's
what's her name in that? Selena Gomez?
In Spring Breakers?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Floribama Shore is a real show that is a knockoff of Jersey Shore. Yeah, only it takes place in where the shores meet on the Gulf in Alabama, Florida. Yeah, and it's not good. I mean, Aaron and I tried it, but it's not good. It lasted about two episodes in the house before we were feeling terrible about ourselves and about humanity.
So, Spring Breakers, there's a rapper named Riff Raff. He's like a novelty act.
Yeah,
and he has a song called Rap Game James Franco where he's got like the cornrows in the grill, and he's the chorus is nonstop through desert, Salisbury steak sweater. You figured I was kin to Chester the way I chased cheddar.
Oh, like the Cheetos guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I understood that reference.
It was loosely based on James Franco.
Interesting.
All right. I think we're on number 2. Yeah, I was right. Share bed.
Is it just the one bedroom?
You don't want to share bed with me? I'm just joking. Oh my God, you should have seen your face.
Yeah, you got me.
Don't worry, you take bedroom.
No, Tommy, no.
I maybe put up some curtain and make a little room in corner or something.
No, Tommy, no way. I'll take the couch. This is great. I swear.
No, I insist. I want you to be my guest, like Beauty and Beast. I will be Beauty, of course.
Of course.
Haha.
I will be Beauty, of course. Yeah, I mean, I thought the movie was going to take a false side dip where Tommy, is actually propositioning him. Yeah. But not the case. I bought that he was just joking. Greg was clearly still uncomfortable for a minute there, but Tommy was able to diffuse him. I felt like it was natural. It seemed right.
Yeah.
Made Tommy almost likable. Like that was like an American guy joke to make.
Yeah.
When Tommy picks up Greg at his house and his mom's there?
Yes.
When in real life, she actually asked him, don't have sex with him.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, she
Good
did.
God. Jesus. It reminds me of Team America.
Yeah.
When the guy's like, all right, get into my limo, we'll talk terms. And he's like, you're not gonna ask me to suck your dick when I get in there, are you? And he's like, no, of course not. And then they get in the limo and he's like, now suck my cock. He's like, I'm just kidding.
I'm from Hollywood. I'm not trying to fuck your mouth, and my time is extremely valuable.
Oh man, that movie is dirty, but it is good.
Yeah.
All right, number 3. Blow Up.
I'm from New Orleans. From the Bayou.
You guys hear that? This guy with this fucking accent is from the Bayou.
You want an easier question? Let's see. Where does the money come from, huh?
Greg, stop. This is on camera.
I know it's on camera, just like you wanted.
All right, just tell me this one thing. How old are you?
I'm your age, Greg.
You're my age. You're my age.
I'm just your friend.
When were you born? What year,
Same
Tommy?
year as you.
Same year as me. There's no fucking way you're in your 20s, all right? You are a fucking villain. Fucking Frankenstein-looking motherfucker.
I'm not a villain.
I believed in you, man. I trusted you. Right? What?
Greg, I gave you everything.
Are you fucking... You ruined everything.
Greg, you owe me your life.
And I don't owe you shit anymore. All right, and this movie better be fucking awesome.
We'll be awesome.
Just a strained. It will be awesome.
Yeah, again, I think the emotional peaks that they were asked to hit for this movie by James himself, I guess, could have gone past the limits of some actors in many cases, and I think this was still believable enough to be a passable scene in a believable mockumentary.
Yeah.
So more power to them. All right, number 4. Bad actors.
Crashing. Come on, Senator. Stay with me. I ain't losing you tonight.
We're losing him.
God damn it.
Rules to my class are simple. Work hard, show up on time, try not to fall asleep, everybody. Any question before you start?
It sounds like you're doing... Am I hearing an accent?
No. What do you mean?
Because I'm hearing a kind of Eastern European accent.
No, that's from New Orleans.
Where? What?
New Orleans, you heard, you know?
Where?
The Big Easy.
Oh, New Orleans. I thought, I didn't know what you were saying.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
can we just try to lose the accent? Take it again.
the rules to the class are simple. Work hard, show on time. Try not to fall asleep. Any question before we start?
I think that about does her.
I did the clips for this episode before I had a chance to watch the movie, and
Yeah.
I was like, it's gonna be good, but I don't know how good it's gonna be. And then I fucking immediately, upon finishing the clips, I just like, ran down the hallway and turned it on because I gotta watch this right now.
Yeah, it's awesome. I can't imagine how hard it is to act like a bad actor, but how hard is it to act like a bad actor from God knows where, acting like you don't have an accent when asked by the person prompting you in an audition? Like that seems like level
It's
upon level upon level of having to think, and it seems very difficult
It's
to me.
like it's super meta because like I'm just thinking of, like you know how sitcoms they roll the credits for a sitcom and they show like the blooper reel where they can't
Yeah.
get their lines right and everybody's laughing and having a good time with the studio audience and stuff.
Yeah.
He had to keep a straight face during that scene.
Yeah, I know, seriously.
Like that if that probably had more outtakes than Tommy's actual "Oh Hi Mark" scene when they were trying to film it. It's like, how could you keep a straight just like
not just that, but like at the end of the movie when they show all the clips side by side and them recording re-recording the movie and then the actual clip of the movie, none of them are as bad actors as the actual bad actors.
I know.
It's good actors trying to be bad actors, and they can't lower themselves to that level.
They seriously can't be as bad as the bad actors are. You can't just turn it off. Like, I think when you really study, you can't, it's like anything else. You can't, like, unlearn the math you know.
It's tough. Like when an average or below average local band gets like an absolute monster on drums, for example, and that guy's just doing his thing and just rocking the shit out of it, and everybody else just kind of like trying to keep up. It's the same level of you can't align properly because just one person's just way higher than they need to be, and
yeah,
like he's not going to dumb down his playing to bring him down to their level. They need to,
exactly. Yeah, and most everybody in this movie is good too. So it is funny the contrast. All right, fact or no fact?
1 second. One quick second.
You can come out now, Johnny. She's gone.
In a few minutes, bitch.
Who are you calling a bitch?
You and your stupid mother.
Okay, fact or no fact?
Oh my god.
Fact or no fact?
This was tough because since a few weeks ago, we started doing 4 truths and a lie, 4 facts and a lie. And we already did The Room. So I was like, am I going to find enough stuff? And I did. So
nice.
So here we go. All right. So 4 of these are facts and one of them's a lie. It is your job to find the lie. I have faith. Let's see what happens. Okay. Greg Sestero, that's the guy that plays Mark. That's the actual real-life Greg Sestero. And real-life James Franco actually auditioned for the same role in a movie called Retro Puppet Master in 1999. And Franco lost the role to Sestero. Okay. Second one. This film features 5 Oscar-nominated actors. I won't name them. Unfair. Third one. When James Franco approached the real life Tommy about making this movie, Tommy agreed within 5 minutes of the first meeting. Okay, fourth one. There was actually another guy cast to play Mark, and he was replaced by Greg, but Tommy Wiseau felt like he couldn't bear himself to tell the guy he got fired, so he just pretended to film all the scenes with no actual film rolling. without actually firing him.
That's part of
And
number 4.
That's number 4.
Okay.
And the last one was there's only one scene in the film in which neither Tommy nor Greg appear. The characters, not the real people.
Shit.
Remember, 4 of these are real.
Oh, this is tough.
Oh man. My instinct tells me the Oscar one is a lie. I think there's people with serious chops in this movie that do great jobs of acting. Well, nominated, not winners, you said, right?
Correct.
Right, nominees.
Oh, that does change. I'm thinking like they're all high caliber actors that just didn't win an Academy, so that's why I see it being like a red herring of sorts. And then they're saying that Greg, who played Mark in the original Room movie, auditioned against Franco for the same movie called Retro Puppet Master, and Franco lost in 1999. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. That's believable because I feel like Franco. The reason it blew me away is because like I know he's good at doing like the fun, lighthearted, comedic stuff, but this is kind of dramatic chops that are on a level that I have not seen him in before. So it makes me think, hey, maybe he just put the work in over the last 20 years and was able to deliver the way he did in Disaster Artist that he couldn't deliver back then against somebody who starred in the room. I 100% without certainty agree with the fact that Tommy agreed within 5 minutes, because I feel like at that point the whole like he pretended like he intended for it to be a comedy at the end.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna do whatever he can. If somebody else is gonna put their resources forward to make Tommy retroactively save face for producing the room, he's gonna lean into that because it makes him look better. So I agree with that. Watch that be the one that's wrong, because my instinct's telling me it's right. I'm gonna go number 5. There's only one scene. Now, Bob, when you say there's only one scene where Tommy and Greg don't appear, are you talking about the room or are you talking about Disaster Artist? You're talking about Disaster Artist, right?
Disaster Artist, yeah.
There's only one scene which Tommy or Greg don't appear, not Tommy and Greg.
Yeah.
God damn it. I'm torn between 5 and 4. I'm killing the runtime on this because I'm fucking really torn.
It's okay, moving fast.
Yeah. Another guy cast to play Mark, but he was replaced by Greg, and then he didn't have any film with the camera. I'm gonna say I can think of one scene right now where Tommy and Greg don't appear, and that's when Seth Rogen's character is cashing the check.
Yeah.
At
that's true.
the bank. He's going like, oh, it actually went through, and the guy's like, he's got a bottomless pit. But I don't know if that's the only one. That's the problem. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that was the scene that Tommy or Greg aren't in. Number 5. Reluctantly, but I'm gonna go with number 5.
Okay. I also think that Tommy agreed. Within 5 minutes, probably 5 seconds, because anything to pop his name back in Hollywood, I think he's agreeing to. The 5 Oscar nominees one is the one I'm really stuck on. Can't imagine that there are 5 here. Dave Franco, James Franco, Seth Rogen. I'm trying to think of who else played a major role in the movie that could have, or maybe not major. I think one of them was nominated for this movie. Would that count?
It would, yeah.
Oh. All right. I really want number 4 to be true. But in the interest of saving the runtime, I'll go with that there are not 5 Oscar nominees in this movie.
Yeah, so you're not 5 Oscar nominees, and I'm saying there's probably another scene that I'm not thinking of.
Somewhere else, yeah.
With Tommy and Greg. Okay.
All right.
We fucked up.
First of all.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys got it wrong.
God damn. Every week.
You're both right about Retro Puppet Master. Franco lost the role.
That's awesome.
The 5 Oscar-nominated actors were James Franco, Jackie Weaver, who got a nomination for Silver Linings Playbook, Sharon Stone. Did you guys recognize Sharon Stone?
Yes. Hardly.
Melanie Griffith, and Bryan Cranston.
Oh,
I forgot about he had the Malcolm in the Middle cameo. Fuck.
Yeah. Which was one of the few false things about the movie, by the way. Greg did not turn down Malcolm in the Middle. That made up.
I was going to ask about that.
Was there some truth in it? Like he turned down another big role? Or...
He turned down things, but nothing big like that.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, that sucks though.
When Franco approached Tommy, I made that up. Maybe it could be true, but I didn't make it. I took that from a different movie. There was a movie about, I think it was like a biopic, and someone said they agree within the first 5 minutes. I forget who it was.
But this is why we always lose. You're too convincing. I mean, like that fits Tommy to a T, though.
It does.
Yeah.
I knew that was true.
Can I just
Rob,
say?
Did you understand the assignment, Rob? There was only one scene, and it was the one where he cashed his check.
Yeah, and I said it was a lie because I thought there may have been one more that I wasn't thinking of.
No, that was it. You nailed the one scene. You had it exactly.
So I was right. Okay.
You were right.
You were right. All right, it's a Rob win. It's a Rob win.
So rather than tell the original actor he'd been replaced, Wiseau had him come to the set, perform his scenes for weeks, but told the crew not to roll any film.
Holy shit. That is so rude because you got to just tell him.
And you know how he got Greg to play the part? He actually offered him a substantial pay raise and a new car.
No shit.
Wow.
That's
I'd
how
do
he
it
got
too.
Greg to take the role. Yeah, Greg wouldn't take it right away.
I can't.
I'd do it too.
God damn it. The fact that I was able to zero in on the scene, I got greedy thinking there may have been more. Okay.
This is what happens every week to us. We lose. Except for when I win.
Can I say that I'm glad that you guys say biopic and not biopic like everybody else I know?
Ugh.
Oh, who says that?
I've just heard people say it that way and it bothers me. It's bio.
I've heard documentary.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah. Now the next time I say it, I'm going to say it like that accidentally, and I'm going to be mad at myself for even bringing it up. All right, the catch-all.
My middle school kids say, "Can I be the next presentator?" I'm like, "Oh,
blah."
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
The catch-all. It's the catch-all.
I'd like to be the photographer. Sorry, I just thought of another one. Famous people talking about Tommy to open. I thought that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Gave a sense of realism, right before the movie started. All these celebrities. But it also confused me. I wasn't sure exactly where we were going with it, The amazing football origin story, I appreciate. I'm assuming it's true now because most of the movie is.
Yeah.
Greg's just out in the street playing with kids, and Tommy's like, "Love football. Let's bring the football.
I
We'll
love
play
that.
football."
I love it. He's like, my friends don't have nice cars like this. He's like, us cars are our friends are little kids.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
That was great.
I actually did not love that Dave and James Franco play friends because they're brothers and they look too.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that it wasn't Dave playing Greg. I think James was too good as Tommy, but they represented Tommy's origin story or lack thereof really well. Obviously referencing it a few times without nailing you over the head with it. James Dean, "You're tearing me apart" was right. "You're tearing me apart." They're watching the movie, and that is actual inspiration for the moment in the movie. So it's I'm glad that they mentioned that.
Indeed.
I, like the YouTuber, said that we were rickrolled, which I thought was really funny. They also don't know how, and I'm sure that James Franco, Seth Rogen, and everyone else involved in the movie really wanted to know where Tommy's money came from, but nobody really actually knows. I read that he like imported fur coats
Leather
or something.
jackets. Yeah.
Yeah, into the U.S., but like that's unconfirmed. So
Yeah,
nobody really
Real
knows.
estate.
Yeah, well, that could be. I mean, if he's got an apartment in San Fran and one in L.A., you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Did Greg really have an agent? I'm guessing he did because he was in Retro Puppet Master and was turning down roles while he was involved in the making of the room. So he did, I guess.
It's not uncommon. I mean, like, it's not like you need talent or whatever to get an agent. You're just paying for representations. It's like, I can get my music on Spotify. I'm just paying a service to do it for me.
Yeah,
it's not like I have someone backing me or anything like that. It's just you're paying for a service. So I can see
It
that.
seemed like he felt lucky to have gotten that woman as his agent.
Yeah.
You know.
But he didn't seem too bright.
No, that's true. Did Tommy really approach a producer and get kicked out of a restaurant? Does anyone know the answer to that? I don't know. I guess I have these questions, but
I want to say I read that yes, but it was an unnamed. It was like a combination of like different times he had done things like that.
oh, okay. So yes, it's true-ish, like stretched.
Yeah.
Like a composite.
Sewn, yeah, sewn together. Okay.
Yeah, I think
They show the beautiful roof access and the alleyway that Tommy chose not to use in real life, which is awesome. The guys that sold them the equipment were really, really happy. And I was wondering if they actually did give Tommy a discount for using their studio.
Yes.
No. Did they?
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just glad. I'm trying to tap into Bob's knowledge here because it's good for me and the audience. You know,
It gave me the vibe at first, but if Bob confirms it, he confirms it. But like, it gave me the vibe where like Hank Hill was so proud that he never paid a cent over the sticker price on a car, and it's like that means you're being ripped off, you fucking idiot. Like everybody always pays below the sticker price.
The auditions were difficult to watch, which it was the point. And I do like awkward, but man, at a certain point, I was like, I'm not sure I really want to watch like this girl lick the ice cream cone anymore.
Yeah, riding a horse.
Yeah. I believe that Efron was an accurate representation of the actor that played Chris R, because I heard that the guy that played Chris R, not just Chris, as they pointed out in the movie, but the guy who played Chris R actually did intimidate people on set. I think, Bob, you might have said that in our The Room episode.
I think so. And that was who was the actor now? I can't think of his name.
Zac Efron.
Yeah, it was Zac Efron. Yeah, okay, you said that.
Yeah, because he's jacked as shit.
Yeah, he's jacked.
And he's involved with Seth Rogen's stuff here and there.
True.
Tommy admitted to looking directly into the camera when reading lines. Thought that was funny. I saw a clip of him, and he was like, "Yeah, I look at camera. Every actor tell you he not do that. He lied to you. Ha ha ha." The major celebration when Tommy said his lines correctly was a really fun scene.
It really was. Like I think we've all had versions of that in our lives where you just like you're rooting for somebody who you just don't think's gonna do whatever they're setting out to do.
Yes.
And like sports, like that one kid on the team finally hits the fucking baseball, and you're like,
"Oh my
holy
god,
shit.
yeah."
Like,
Yes.
we can get ice cream now. Holy shit.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, exactly. that kid can die happy now.
Yeah.
James Franco naked in front of his brother.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, when you're young and whatever, but did the old lady actually pass out? Do we know?
Unconfirmed, but I have a feeling there's something to it.
Same.
Yeah.
Shoot day 52 of 40, shoot day 58 of 40, and so on. I thought that was really funny how they were tracking that subtly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pray that Tommy tried to act after he blew his brains out in the movie. I really hope he actually did that.
When Rogan was just like, no, you got to do the acting before you shoot yourself in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of dry that he was doing well, because like he can do that. Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Did Greg miss? Okay, so we asked the Malcolm in the Middle thing, and that was not true. I love all of the boxes of the room swag in the limo in the scene where they pass the premiere. Just more waste of money.
Yeah.
They did a great job highlighting all of the cringiest moments of the film itself in the theater premiere. Because all of the ones that I was sure to highlight for the episode.
And I love the fact that they actually filmed more scenes that fit into the movie, as you saw in the pre-credit roll. That's great.
Well, that was go ahead, Rob.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you think there's a version of The Room frame for frame reshot with this cast? Because like a la like the Psycho remake with Vince Vaughn, where it was like a frame for frame recreation. Do you think they just like did a few select scenes, or do you think they actually just did the whole movie in a couple days? And
I think it was just select scenes. They were too.
I would guess scene for scene, yeah. But that was one of my catch-alls. Was I asked if you liked the side-by-side reenactment, or if that felt a little bit like Franco kind of showing off a bit.
It's one of the, you know what? If it was showing off, I think it's deserved, because I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Motley Crue biopic, The Dirt,
on Netflix.
They do the same thing at the end, but they do the same thing at the end, but like the recreation looks nothing like the original music video. It looks like a pathetic, like really shitty version of it. Where like with Franco's, like, dude, like their movements were almost exact.
I know that the just the teenage like boy in me loved that movie, and it wasn't really the adult me that loved that Netflix special, but I really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed The Dirt. I'm just saying, like the side by side, just that one spot was like, oh, you guys missed it. You didn't do as good as you could have right there. I watched that movie a couple of times. It was entertaining.
That's Vince Neil. That's the lead singer, right?
Yeah, and then Machine Gun Kelly was the drummer. He played.
Have you actually seen Vince Neil sing lately?
There's a bunch of really great caption videos with the misinterpreted lyrics, and he's just like. Some of the lyrics are replaced with horse neighing.
Dude, if you haven't, and this is to our wider audience, if you have not seen Vince Neil of late on stage, please look it up. It is absolutely awful.
Call him Dr.
super
Fast
funny.
Food. They call him Dr. Fast Food for a reason.
A24 Studios. I love that production studio. A lot of what they do is some of my favorite newer movies, so just wanted to shout them out. I saw them in the credits and thought I'd say so.
I feel like they do better versions of what Lionsgate tried to do in the past.
I hadn't really thought about it that way, but that's a nice way to put it. I'm pretty sure that Tommy considers this movie a success. In a way, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it turned a profit.
I like that they have midnight showings and people bring spoons to throw onto the stage when they show the spoons and frames.
That's awesome. I had heard about the midnight showings, but not the spoons. But that's really funny.
Yeah, that's news to me. That's funny though.
You can see a little bit of that at the end when they're showing actual Tommy and actual Greg.
Yeah, I remember the scene now, and I can imagine that was spoons. But you can see Tommy like a little uncomfortable. But I was like, what? I don't know what they're throwing at him. I hope it's
right.
Nothing too serious, but like not tomatoes. But it was spoons apparently.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the last thing I had, we already said the shot for shot. I wanted to know if you guys thought it was a little, self-centered, or if it was good. I liked it, but I like that kind of stuff. You guys want to mention anything else before we do bad credit names?
No, I kind of went into this movie with no expectations, and it exceeded all of them.
Nice.
So.
Speaking of the spoons, I found out that Tommy Wiseau actually preferred the spoons in the frames because he thought actual pictures would be distracting to the audience.
Well, spoons are distracting to the audience, Tommy. The heads up.
Like, why the fuck does he have photography of spoons?
I was wondering that when watching the movie. I was like, why the... I mean, I mentioned it in our episode. I was like, did you guys notice that there were frames of spoons? Totally ridiculous. Okay, anyway. Anything else?
No.
Overall, enjoyable experience.
Well, let's do bad credit names, and then maybe something we'll do for good movie episodes going forward. We'll see how well this one goes over. So let's throw it to bad credit names first.
Bad credit names like
Rusty Cunts, Wang Liken, Destiny Hooker, Dick Trickle, Dick Pole, Steve Sharts, Misty Hyman.
All right. There's really not many, only 4. And they're not very funny. And this is why I contemplate getting rid of this segment. Plus, it's a little mean-spirited. But, if it's funny enough, it's worth it. Sugar Lynn Beard.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Disco.
That's a fucking great name, dude.
Yeah, it is. Cash Oshman.
Right.
It's almost my last name. Maybe that's why it
almost your
interested
name,
me. Yeah. Dick Smart.
That's also. That's a great name for a private eye.
Private Eye Dick Smart.
He should get together
that's
with the other guy and be Dick Disco.
Oh my God, yeah. Because Michael Smart's not there. Dick Disco's great though. Okay. No comparison this week, and also no offensive minigame, and I feel bad robbing everyone of that. So instead, we're going to throw it back to a segment we used to do. It was an 8th at a pitch of sorts, but we're just calling this an AI story for the room with no bumper. So, AI story for the room. All right, so I'm going to read for you Cold-Blooded Johnny, a short story by Anonymous Bosch.
Okay.
Johnny had always loved bustling San Fran. With its super skinny studios, it was a place where he felt sparkly. He was a cold-blooded, controlling scotch and vodka drinker with dirty ass and beautiful hair. His friends saw him as a panicky, pongy Polish gargoyle. Once, he had even jumped into the river and saved a xyloid disabled person. That's the sort of man he was. Johnny walked over to the window and reflected on his pompous surroundings. The rain hammered like jogging doggies. Then he saw something in the distance, or rather, someone. It was the figure of Mark. Mark was a wild, willing victim with pointy ass and curvy hair. Johnny gulped. He was not prepared for Mark. As Johnny stepped outside, Mark came closer. He could see the tan glint in his eye. Mark glared with all the wrath of 6,000 special foolish footballs. He said in hushed tones, "I hate you, and I want love." Johnny looked back, even more jumpy and still fingering the warped tape recorder. "Mark, oh, hi," he replied. They looked at each other with shocked feelings, the two foolish, filthy footballs laughing at very virtuous birthday party, which had R&B music playing in the background and two peculiar uncles footballing to the beat. Johnny studied Mark's pointy ass and curvy hair. Eventually, he took a deep breath. "I'm sorry," began Johnny in apologetic tones, "but I don't feel the same way, and I never will. I just don't hate you, Mark." Mark looked irritable, his emotions raw like a thirsty, tame trolley. Johnny could actually hear Mark's emotions shatter into 7,722 pieces. Then the wild, willing victim hurried away into the distance. Not even a drink of scotch and vodka would calm Johnny's nerves tonight. The end.
Fantastic.
Well, there you have it. There was the AI story read for the room. I decided not to publish that. I just discarded it. So,
okay.
Pointy ass and all.
Yes, pointy ass, curvy hair. I like
it.
No comparison. So, worst movie of the season, as you already know full well, is The Room. And next week, Bob, do you want to tell us what you put up for the poll?
Oh, Leonard Part 6. Did it win?
Yeah, it did. Why? Why did you put that up? I don't want to watch Bill Cosby.
Because
Are there 5 other ones?
I watched this as a kid, and no, this is the only one.
Oh, I was wondering that myself.
It's really just out there. And we're all about the glizzies. And
Yeah, we
there
are.
is a scene with an exploding glizzy.
All right.
All right, I'm sold.
I'm down.
I hope it's 3 a.m. when that happens.
Yeah.
Man. I had a feeling. I already downloaded it and put it on the drive because I had a feeling.
Okay.
Sweet.
Nice.
Ha ha ha. All right, Rob, why don't you tell them where to find us, and then we'll throw it to Bob for his last word.
www.theworstmovieevermade.com. You can find us on streaming for the podcast. You can find us on YouTube for the video version of the podcast. You could find us on Instagram and TikTok, where Bob uploads his trailers and Chris uploads the polls for what movies we will be subsequently watching on the following weeks. And you can also email us.
You should. I wish you would.
You hear my son in the background going, "Ah!"
Yes.
Yeah, well, he wants people to email us.
He does.
Come here, buddy. He's running in the hall. He's doing a nut run. Anyway, yes, that's where you can find us, and that we have stuff and things at www.theworstmovieevermade.com. Last words, Bob.
Robot crab.
Robot crab.
Love you guys. Thanks for listening.
Hi guys. The season's over. Should I play bitch one more time?
Yes.
Yes.
You can come out now, Johnny. She's gone.
In a few minutes, bitch.
Who are you calling a bitch?
You and your stupid mother.
I've got an idea, Rob. I've got an idea. What you need to do is cut the clip down to just in a few minutes, bitch.
Okay.
And then if I ask you to throw it to a bumper every now and then, you just play that.
Atticus, can you roar? Can you go roar? No. Okay.
Nice. Very, very small T-Rex roar there, but
very good.
All right, guys. We'll play the theme music and get the fuck out of here. Let's do this. I will get Mr. Holland's Opus on this show at one point or another.
Is it that bad? I've never seen it.
It's just I hated it. I fucking
so
hated
annoying.
it.
It's so overly long and annoying.